everybody. So welcome to day 2 of our prep week. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the specific program that you are going to be using and how you can be really ready and prepared to succeed at it. So let's get started. So I want you to get the program that you got with your with what you purchased, right? Now, if you just bought it, just a heads up, you get a free Beachbody Club membership. You go to club.teambeachbody.com. The program that you just purchased, depending on what it is, will most likely be available right in your library there. And on the right-hand side, there's actually a way you can download this. So before your shipment even arrives, you can already have this read through and everything. So I want you to look through it. It's going to give you information on your meal plan that you're going to be using. It's going to talk with you about maybe like equipment needs. It's going to talk to you about supplement needs if you need any. It has tasty recipes and everything. So I want you to read it cover to cover to understand it. If you have any questions, let us know in the group and we'd be more than happy to help answer them for you, okay? So that is one thing. And also mark up the recipes that you really want to try so that you know what you're going to do. Next up are the containers. Most Beachbody programs have the container program with it. So I'm talking to those of you who have it. Those of you who don't worry about it. But I wanted to, those of you who don't, just a heads up, we will be checking in daily with how we're doing with our containers. So if you're not on a container plan, don't worry. Whatever plan that you are going with for your program, you're going to be checking in on whether or not you followed that nutrition plan, okay, even if it may not be the containers. So the containers, you're going to get them with your program. And they mean different things, so make sure right now you get to know kind of what they are, but trust me, you'll learn them really well. This is the purple, the green, the red, like red's proteins, green is vegetables. Heads up, when I first got these, I was terrified. I'm like, what, my food has to fit in that? Just a heads up, it looks scarier than it is. Once you fill it and you put it on the plate, you calm down. So if you're freaking out right now about how small it appears, that's normal. So these are your containers. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to think about your workout space. Do you have enough space for your workout? Test it out a little bit and see, do you have, things clear? Do you have the weights that you need, the equipment that you need? Make sure you have that all in place. The last thing you want to happen is you don't want to get started and go, oh my goodness, like I'm like pushing crap aside in order to find room for it. You don't need that much room for Beachbody workouts, which is why I love them, because I've done them in tiny places. But you do kind of want a little area cleared, like maybe the size of 2 yoga mats is a good call. All right, so next up, I want to talk with you about Shakeology. So most of you got Shakeology with your workout program, and this is your daily dose of dense nutrition. This is going to fuel you. You guys, I've had people try to do it without, and the results are drastically different. I want to give you a heads up right off the bat. First of all, you want to start trying it this week. The reason why is you want to start tweaking your recipe a little bit and finding what works for you. I will be honest, I didn't like Shakeology for a long time, okay? I didn't like it for a long time. And it took me tweaking it until now. It's my favorite meal of the day. So much that I do it twice a day every once in a while because I just love it. I really love it. So I want you to be patient with the process. Don't give up. And I usually find that people who hardly give Shakeology a chance are not willing to work for it. They weren't willing to really work for themselves. So don't give up on yourself. Keep trying Shakeology until you find what works for you. Some people experience stomach issues, and if that's the case for you, just scale it back to a half a dose, see what happens, stay in touch with me during this time. Okay, don't suffer in silence because I've got a lot of suggestions where I can help you. So we'll talk through it. But just so you guys know, what seems to be my favorite recipe and pretty much most challengers is a half a banana, fill it with water, put in your Shakeology, and maybe like a teaspoon of peanut butter is a good one. And usually vegan chocolate and cafe latte are like the 2 favorite flavors. So you might find this week as you're testing this where you're like, whoa, I don't like this flavor. Well, good, because your challenge doesn't start till Monday. So you have plenty of time to get a return and get a new flavor. And you can talk with us about that, okay? So I want to let you make sure you know about that. The other thing is, I want you to know there are other products available for you. But be careful. Don't spend too much money, right? Don't get carried away. Pick what works for you. And so I want to walk you through a couple things just based on what I recommend. If you have a program that has weights in it in particular or something pretty like strenuous, I recommend the Chocolate Beachbody Performance Recover. It's a post-workout drink that you drink right when you're done, and it does a really good job of reducing soreness, but also helping to repair those muscles. So that's one that I definitely recommend for most programs. I recommend this. Another thing I personally swear by is E&E. Now this is being discontinued, so hopefully you still find it on there. This is a pre-workout drink. They've replaced it since then with Energize. And Energize is healthier for you, got better ingredients. It's a little more pricey, so I always like to save some people some money and use this because this seems to work really well for me. So, but a lot of people like Energize. And then remember that there are some Shakeology boosts available. So if you're finding that you're sluggish, which by the way, guys, pretty much every workout program, I recommend this one because I don't know how people do it without it because I never feel like working out. And then I get this stuff in my system and I'm a little more excited about it. But if you're struggling with energy throughout the day, this is a boost you can put in your Shakeology. So I recommend that one. And then the last one I recommend is if you're doing a lifting program, okay, just lifting. Everyone else, ignore me. But something like Body Beast or Hammer and Chisel, I recommend this stuff because it is the Recharge nighttime drink. It's got a lot of great things that help with muscle repair and soreness. And seriously, I swear by this for my soreness. But again, you don't need it if you're just doing like a cardio-based program. And if you're doing a program that has both, you only need it on the nights when you're weightlifting. It has tart cherry in it, which actually helps with sleep. So I love that. So I just want to let you know that those were available to you, but not required. But there are some really great package deals where you can get a sweet discount on that. So if you're curious, let me know. But now you might want to be thinking about that as an option. Just a thought, but it's totally not required. You're so good without it. All right, next up is remember that you can access your workouts online. So if you're doing that, make sure your connection is okay, connected to the TV or whatever. If you have a Roku or Apple TV, or I think even the Google TV, there is a Beachbody app on there, so you can go in and access your workouts. So if you're going to do it that way instead of the DVDs, just make sure you're set up and good to go. Plus, you can sneak peek at a whole library of workouts. So this week, you don't want to start your program just yet. While you're waiting for your program to arrive, you can test out all kinds of workouts and have a good time. Feel free. Next up is to talk with your family. This might be a hard talk to have, but you want to talk with them about your plan. Tell them a little bit about what it's about, when you're going to be doing it, what kind of support you need from them. This was something I did not do, and I found that my biggest sabotager was my sweet and loving husband. He loves me so much, but I needed to sit down with him and say, babe, I'm working really hard on this goal right now, and I need your help. And I need you to help help me with this environment. Don't bring home foods that you know that I love. The night before I gave him this talk, he brought home my favorite candy bar. Like, he loves to spoil me. And you have family that loves you, and they might express their love to you that way. Have a talk with them and tell them you need their help. Last night, after I had that conversation with my husband 2 days ago, we were at a birthday party yesterday, and they were handing out cake, and he was so sweet. I had to go to the bathroom, and as they were passing out cake, he's like, no, my wife's good. She doesn't need any. And like, that was so sweet because I didn't have to go through that. He was kind of like my defense. So get your family on board. And if your family is not on board with helping support you with your healthy decisions, then you've got a bigger conversation that you need to have with them about them loving you and supporting you. And if you need help with that conversation, you let me know. But that doesn't mean they have to eat healthy. I get foods out of sight, out of mind, or I have them pick foods that are treats for them that I couldn't care less about. So if you have struggles with this, comment below. But what I'd like you to do is, no matter what, I want you to comment below and tell us what workout program you're going to be doing for our challenge. It'll be kind of cool to see who's doing the same program. All right, everybody, take care. See you tomorrow.